All right, fellas, welcome back. Hope everybody has had a good, safe week, and I hope everybody has a good, safe weekend. All right, fellas, getting into what we've been doing is last Saturday, me and my brother in law went down to Louisville to the 8th annual Ohio Valley Regional Model Car Show and Swap Meet. Uh, it was a little easier to get to this year because I knew where we was going. Last year it was probably an hour trying to find a place. But anyway, we got there, and I guess we made both of us made a couple laps through all the aisles of the swap meet. Uh, we got there early, so all the model cars in the show wasn't on the tables. But thanks to Tim over at Throttle Power, I got to see his video and seen everything that was on the tables. Thank you, Tim, for that. I got to meet him and give him a fist bump. I don't think he knew who I was. I didn't mention it. He was a busy feller. And so anyway, fellers, we also got to see Dean from Bench Racing Garage again. Uh, I got to meet him last year and seen him again this year. And man, I finally got to meet the old bearded guy, Jeff Lawless. That was so daggone cool right there, man. He wasn't there last year, I don't think. But anyway, I got to meet him. That was really cool, Jeff. Dean, it was good to see both of you. Jeff, it was really good to finally meet you, man. So anyway, fellers, I seen a lot of good deals on some kits. A lot of NASCAR kits, race car kits. Man, I saw like $20 or so. But man, I wasn't going for kits. Hell, I've got more over there right now than I'll ever be able to put together in what I've got left of my life. So anyway, fellers, I was looking for like glues and stuff that could help me in my builds. What I do anyway, the way I do it, and I was really interested in some glues. Uh, so I found a feller that had some glues, man, and I picked up this super thin. This one right $4.99 a bottle, tube, whatever. Anyway, this one right here, man. When I got home, I was checking it out, and this baby is cured, hard as a rock. And I was telling the wife about it, and the first thing she said is, "Well, didn't you squeeze it to make sure?" I thought, "Well, good grief, no." I absolutely did not. So that right there is garbage. So anyway, I also picked up the extra thick. I see a lot of you guys using this, and I'm always interested in glues. So I got that $4.99. And then I got this last week, I think it was week before last. I showed where I had filled in the where the front end goes on to my NASCAR, my buddy build with Sam over at Sam's Model Mayhem. I had used glue and sanded and got the seam gone on both sides. But he seen that video and he sent me a text with a picture of this Bob Smith Industries gap filling medium. So I picked it up down there, $4.99, and it's usable. It's not hard. So thank goodness. And then I see a lot of you guys use this accelerator, kicker, I think y'all call it, to make your glue go on and set up or harden up, cure out, whatever. I picked up a bottle of that stuff right there, $5.99, but the guy let me have all four for $20, and thank goodness, man, because one of the 4.99s is absolutely not usable. But again, I don't think he knew that, or he wouldn't have sold it. And if he did, shame on him. All right, fellers. Like I say, that was last Saturday, and then in the mail, I got a package in the mail. Was not expecting anything whatsoever, and inside the package, man, was these. Y'all seen them? A lot of y'all have used them and use them. The gallery. It's a 10 pack of metallic colors, but they're markers. Right there's the colors, man. Larry, very cool stuff, man. I've looked at those 100 times. Larry over at Larry's Model Shop. This fella right here. Y'all know who he is. Killer channel, killer feller. Man, he does some awful killer builds. Anyway, he had sent me those just out of the goodness of his heart. Larry, I appreciate that so daggone much. That really means a lot, fellers. Y'all, man, I never want anybody to send me anything because I don't feel deserving of it. There's other people that could use it more than me because I do. I build the way I build, man. I probably won't never get no better. I try to, but anyway, fellers, Larry, thank you so much for the gallery markers, man. I'll put them to use, and again, thank you so much. You didn't have to do that, but I really appreciate it. Is that not a cool Mustang right there? Y'all know I'm a Ford feller, and that right there is sharp. So, Larry, thanks again. All right, fellers. Moving on here. Let's see here. Oh, I forgot to mention while I was at the swap meet down Louisville, I didn't buy any kits, but I looked at parts. Man, I was looking for race car parts or whatever, and I'm sure they was there because I didn't go through everything. Me and my brother-in-law both had things to do Saturday afternoon, and we couldn't spend all day down there, so we kind of went through there kind of quick, really. But I didn't find anything, but I did find one feller. He had a bunch of parts, and in one package it was like $2. Had this engine stand, motor stand, and this one in there for like $2. So I told him I was going to get that, man, and hell, he said just give me $1. So I got both of those stands for $1, and I've been wanting another one of these. I've got one somewhere. I ain't found it yet, but anyway, I've been wanting another one of those right there because I like that motor stand. All right, and since we're on to that, next up is I got a little update on our buddy build with Sam over at Sam's Model Mayhem. Uh, Man, I apologize for being so daggone slow, but I like cleaning up my parts before I paint and put them together. Uh, I see a lot of you fellers that let stuff slide, and I could do the same thing. I do a lot of stuff that you don't even see once it's together, but anyway, in my mind, I know I addressed it the best I can, and fellers, I miss a lot of stuff. But anyway, little update on our buddy build with Sam over at Sam's Model Mayhem. We got our motor engine together. Got him painted up. Usually on my Ford race cars or Chevrolet, I go with a Ford blue on the Ford and a orange on the Chevrolet. And I haven't never built a Mopar race car, stock car, NASCAR. But on the street cars and drag cars that I built, I always do the block in orange. Aluminum heads. All right. I went with a flat red on my bell housing and the transmission, same color as the block and heads. I just hit it with some panel liner, uh, the black. So that's what we did there. And then our oil pan, Milladon, of course. So she's in gold. Man, I like Meladon oil pans. That's what we use on our bracket cars. All right, we got our oil filter in white. I don't have a decal for it unless there's one in the box. And then we did our starter like in a steel, flat steel. So that's what we got going on there for this week. And we got a lot of parts back there cleaned up, especially on our cage, because I like to get the cage put together first, get him all glued up before I paint him. That way you don't have trouble with it uh, falling back apart. So we got some parts there, and I'm kind of caught up on that. So sometime this weekend, I'll get another tree out and get the rest of the cage off the trees and the mold lines, part lines, whatever. Get them cleaned up and get it ready for some paint whenever I can get to that point, man. This week has been hot and humid here in Kentucky, and we've had rain, I guess, just about every day, off and on, and we're supposed to have it all weekend. So that's where we're at on our paint. Now on our chassis, I think I showed this last week on the frame part. Man, we was working on again those lines up here. I hope you can see that. We was working on those lines, and we got those cleaned up more inside of the frame and outside on both sides. And you can see, you'll see right there like a wrinkle or whatever. Well, man, in a real frame, I've never seen a NASCAR or actual race car in real life, the frame, but I'm sure they're, what is it, mandrel bent to where they don't have any creases. But if I go any further, man, I'm making the frame really thin up there, and I ain't got a problem with it. So that's where we're at on that, on the front end part. On our rear part, we got our shock mount back here. We got him cleaned up and glued in. I like to have him glued in before we paint. And our fuel cell tank, whatever you want to call it, it had some big injection molds, those big round circles right there. We used glue to fill him in and got him sanded down smooth. We hit the side right here while we was there, and so that's where we're at on our chassis frame. Oh, man, I hope you can see this. We got our lines out right here on each corner, so that's where we're at on our frame and our body. We have been. I got some of those little sanding sponges from like Hobby Lobby. I think they start off at 3,200 and go up to 12,000. But anyway, I'm up to 4,000 on my body, and I think I'm going to hit it with some 6 and 8, and it's really smooth right now. It's ready for some paint, but I figure what the heck, man. I'll hit it with a 6 and then the 8 and really make him smooth for some paint. That way, hopefully my paint job turns out decent. I'm not the best painter, man. Me and paint don't get along. So anyway, fellers, last week I had my exhaust ready, or well, I had it painted, cleaned up and painted. So usually I do my headers and exhaust in a flat white on my race cars. I do my headers in a flat white on anything anymore, just because I like it. But this car, this Buddy Build, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, this is the Bill Elliott uh, Ford Thunderbird Thunderbat paint scheme wrap, whatever you want to call it, man. I think this car was debuted maybe the 95 Coke 600 maybe, or whatever at Charlotte. Might be wrong. Don't care. But this time, man, I'm trying to hold true to the instructions to kind of try to do the car what they say to do anyway. So I went with aluminum on the exhaust, the tailpipes, whatever you want to call it, And also, I always do my headers in white, man. I really like white. But this time we did what the instruction said, aluminum. And man, we hit it with some black wash. I don't know if you can see that, but maybe you can, just to try to make them look a little bit better. And let's see here. Again, that's an update, small update, but an update. We are making progress, fellas. We're working every day on this thing. It's just I don't get a lot of time, man. Uh, Again, this is our buddy build with Sam over at Sam's Model Mayhem, which is an awesome feller. If y'all haven't checked him out, check him out. Give him a subscribe. You'll like what he does, man. All right, and before I get out of here, I think I mentioned those motor stand. Yeah, I did. All right, so before I get out of here, man, if anybody would want to swap shop cards, or if you ain't got a shop card, I don't care, man. If you ain't got a channel, I don't care. Shoot me an email. This is my card. It's not the sharpest card ever, but I need to get these going so I can make me up a new one. But anyway, shoot me an email, hotrodsmodelshop@gmail.com. I would be more than happy to shoot one of these rascals out to you in the mail. Uh, Again, shoot me an email, hotrods with a Z like the channel name, hotrods with a Z, modelshop@gmail.com. Be more than happy to send you one of them, man. Like to swap, but if you ain't got one to swap, I don't care. I'll send you one anyway. Fellers, that's all we got this week, and I hope everybody has a good, safe weekend this weekend, and a good, safe week coming up. And fellers, we'll catch y'all on the next one, and we'll be seeing you later. Y'all have a good one.